another auto video. Now today, well, does this series exist anymore? I mean, haven't really seen this in a long time, haven't I? Neither of you. But anyway, yes, this is F1 2019 career mode. Last episode was France, amazing one. So make sure you check it out. Top right should be popping out right now. But anyway, standings, we're 5th and Norris is 9th. We're ahead of the two Red Bulls in the drivers' standings. So hopefully we can continue to extend our lead over them. So anyway, as I said, we are now moving on to the next race, which is going to be the Austrian Grand Prix. And in case you're wondering, we've won the rivalry against Alex Albon, so we will be getting a new one eventually. But anyway, we've got 2 engine upgrades due to come in for the next Grand Prix. Hopefully they go on successfully. We've also got turbo durability due to come in as well, and we've got a major rear downforce upgrade for the diffuser, which is also due to come into the next race. So all of these upgrades will definitely push us a long way up the performance index. Currently we're the 4th best car, but let's see how much we've jumped up. So,
as I'm sure you're well aware, there have been some recent changes to the driver lineup. At key points in a season, drivers who are due to end their current contracts may choose to move between teams or even go into retirement. I'll send you an email each time a move occurs to keep you abreast of any recent changes.
Well, that's interesting. We're only in round 9. This is round 9 Austrian Grand Prix. There's already driver moves across the field. Nice to see that all of our development upgrades have come in successfully. There's not going to be any rain for this weekend, which is a bit of a shame. We're pretty good in the rain. But anyway, team changes. These are what they are. Daniel Ricciardo moving to Haas, replacing Romain Grosjean, who's just been let go, and Carlos Sainz, whose McLaren seat I took, is moving back to Renault, because of course he spent 2018 driving for Renault and the end of 2017 as well. So he's returning to the team. Daniel Ricciardo's fed up of having a slower car. Renault was not that quick that time, but as you can see in the performance index, we're the 2nd fastest car. The 2nd fastest car. That's pretty incredible if you ask me. I mean, with a few upgrades, we seem to have improved our performance dramatically. I mean, we've jumped Ferrari and Red Bull.
The
So
session
that's
has drawn to a
interesting to
close,
see.
so let's review our top 3. Hamilton,
3rd and 4th
Vettel
fastest.
and Holmes. What an incredible practice session.
Which is
The fun
pretty
doesn't
good.
stop here, though. Join us
Now I
again
said
as
that
the
there's
rest
not
of
going to
the
be any
weekend
rain for this
unfolds.
weekend, but there was rain at the beginning of this session, as I'll show you later. But Daniel Ricciardo doing pretty well in the Haas, which is nice to see. But I don't think, Carlos Sainz not in the top 14. Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc down in 13th and 14th, which is not great. And same with Valtteri Bottas down in 15th. He's got hard tyres, admittedly, but there you go. Sainz back in his Renault, 17th place, but still he outpaced his teammate. But as you can see, those intermediate tyres for the first runs. For quite a few people, in fact. So it was raining, but only lightly, and there's not going to be any more rain for the rest of the weekend. So let's move on to qualifying. But before we do that, I'm going to select a new rival. Now, as I said, Alex Albon is no longer our rival because we've just beaten him. But so here we go. Select rival, and who is it going to be? What are the options? Okay, Hamilton's out of the question. We're not going to pick him because he's way too quick. But 2 racing points, probably a bit too slow. Same with Devon Butler. two Ferraris seem really strong this season, so I'm going with a Red Bull driver once again. This time it's the other one, it's Max Verstappen. I think that's a realistic target. Obviously Max isn't a bad driver, he's far from that, but I want to give myself a bit of a challenge. I'm not going to go lazy and choose a Racing Point as my rival, but anyway, I'm going to choose a new power unit. Now, I didn't forget to put the new power unit in for this weekend, unlike what I did yesterday in the career mode, my team in Spain. If you haven't seen that one, make sure you do. Click on the top right to have a look at it. But anyway, let's get into quali. Right, we're in the car. I skipped out the intro for this session, but it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be too hard to get into Q2, Q3, but here's my setup. 2-3 wings, very low downforce setup. I want to get the best top speed as possible. I know we've got 2 engine upgrades, but
empty right now.
I want to, space. I want to make the most of it by fitting lower wings as well. So it should make us pretty pacey in a straight line, but not so much in the corners, as I illustrated here. 8th place behind our teammate, but easily good enough to get into Q2. Hamilton on the mediums for some reason. Thought you would use those for Q2, but anyway, more on that later. George Russell, not too bad for Williams, 16th. He's above what he usually qualifies in 2019. But Pierre Gasly down second to last. His teammates 17th. Yeah, Toro Rosso, or AlphaTauri as it calls now, is not that strong last year. We narrowly make it to Q3 on the medium tyres. Now, this was a bit of a awkward decision to qualify on mediums, as you're about to see later on. But yeah, at the time I thought it was a good way to start. It's a better race tyre overall. But the rest of the top 10 around me, at least, they're going to start on softs in the race, so they might have a better first stint. But as for what that would mean in the race, we'll have to see. But here's my quali lap for Q3. 4th gear, turn 1. I missed. I may have went over the curb a bit too hard. That's not too beneficial, but anyway, into turn 3. Taking a good line and good exit as well. Now using the lower wings to power down the straight and into turn 4. Going past the speed trap, and then here we go, turn 4. Don't use the exit curb. It wasn't the best idea to do that if you did. But anyway, now we're into these high speed corners. I'm not a big fan of them, as you can see. I'm not doing them that well. But we're now heading into the second to last corner, 6th gear in 2019. Go run out wide. Doesn't really mean too much because I'm running standard corner cutting, and that is provisional pole position. So 1 minute 4.4. Sorry, is that 4.3? Yeah, 4.3. That's what I meant. But
of our top 3, Hamilton, Bottas,
in the end,
and Holmes. With
still
qualifying
not,
wrapped up, we now have our
the
grid
Mercedes
lineup
are
for
still
the big race
too
tomorrow.
fast for us.
Be sure
We're going to start third
for what will
this
no
Austrian
doubt
Grand
be a
Prix.
fantastic race.
Yeah, it really wasn't that much of a surprise. As you saw in the performance index, Mercedes was still quite far ahead of us. So we've got a lot of development to do if we want to beat them. But Lando Norris, not so great qualifying from him. Slower than the 2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls, myself, and Max Verstappen. In other words, 7th place. But anyway, Carlos Sainz, 10th. That's pretty much the worst position to start in, because you don't get the free choice of tyre like you do when you're in 11th. But at least he gets an extra position, and he was also the only one to set a lap in the 1 minute 5, but fair play to him. I mean, he's only just entered Formula 1 for this year at least, and 10th place isn't that bad. But anyway, Daniel Ricciardo isn't on here. Note that because he just didn't make it into Q3. That's all I need to say. Now there's a bit of a lap time glitch here because Lando Norris's second lap for Sector 1 marginally slower, Sector 2 3/10 slower, Sector 3 faster than his personal best, yet he sets a 1 minute 12. Yeah, a 1 minute 12. I think that is not correct. But anyway, let's just ignore that issue. Pretend it didn't happen.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Yep, we should have a pretty good chance. So hopefully we can do well in this Austrian Grand Prix. Once again, brand new power unit, second fastest car. Should be a good combination, but remember, I'm starting on the mediums.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship, except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Holmes, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Norris, Butler, Sainz, Ricciardo and Lucas Faber, Raikkonen, Hülkenberg, George Russell and Verstappen, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Alexander Albon. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Robert Kubica, Perez and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, second fastest car, and we're only aiming for points. Yeah, I'm starting third, and you know what? I think points is going to be the absolute maximum that we can get. I think. But anyway, let's just gloss over that. Penalties for the 2 Red Bulls means that they're starting 14th and 17th. Now, this is the awkward decision that I made that I told you about. Starting on the mediums, every single driver, apart from me, is going to start on the soft. So, it feels a bit awkward, this decision that I made. But the strategy that they're suggesting is mediums to hards. Now, tyre wear isn't all that bad around here. So, who knows, maybe we can end on the softs. We can try, but we're not entirely sure if it's going to work. What isn't working is my team's tyre blankets, because they've clearly turned into ice packed. Yeah, the tyres are completely frozen, basically. I haven't got much grip, so we're hoping to warm up the tyres. Why do they always use ice packs to warm up my tyres? It's not going to do anything to warm them up. Quite the opposite. But anyway, we'll gloss over that. We're going through Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc's going through Bottas. We're all in a bit of a mess. Yeah, anyway. Starting on the clean side, obviously, just behind Lewis Hamilton. Hopefully that'll give us a bit more traction. But obviously starting on the mediums means we are going to have a tougher time getting off the line, because of course harder compound tyres will mean a harder race start, because less traction. But we're going to try it anyway. we're set for the Austrian Grand Prix, 36 laps, and it's lights out and away we go. And like I said, not a great start. We've already been jumped by Charles Leclerc, but we're going to try and hold it around the outside, and we make contact. I have to go off, but somehow we managed to stay ahead. But now we're going to use the extra straight line speed to try and stay ahead because Charles Leclerc is alongside us. But what did I say? I mean, I kept saying over the past few episodes that Ferrari power versus Renault power was no match, but here we have it. We have the straight line speed, so we're going to try and hold off everybody around us. Maybe, no, not a chance. We can't catch up to the top two. It's not going to be. We've got harder tyres than those around us. It's not going to be a bit of a. Yeah, it's going to be a bit awkward trying to keep up with them, but we're going to try. We're going to try it. So, coming up to the end of the first lap, here comes Charles Leclerc down the inside at the last corner, but not going to work. I run wide, and I run wide again. Yeah, terrible run, and there he goes, side by side once again. We've got the legs on. We've got the straight line speed. So we're going to go round the outside at turn 1, and it's just about going to work. We maintain third place. But look at the two Mercedes, they're just pulling away like, I don't know, I can't even describe it, like a real Mercedes. Once again, Charles Leclerc tries around the outside, turn 3, but we managed to hold him off. So, that was the first lap and a half, roughly. Now we're on lap 6, got a terrible exit out of the final corner, the worst he could get, and there he goes, straight past. But we are going to get the DRS on the run down to turn 2 and 3. So here we go. DRS is wide open, and we're using Rich overtake briefly. But here we go. We sail past him, and braking heavily into turn 3. He does brake later, but we leave the space. We get the momentum, and we stay ahead. We get DRS again on the run down to turn 4. Once again, touching the grass, not paying attention, aren't I? Anyway, bit of an awkward exit out of turn 4, but yeah, very awkward. There goes Leclerc, right round the outside. Does he make it? No, we managed to hold him off. Now he's under pressure by his teammate Sebastian Vettel. Is he going to hold it? Yes, he is. Charles Leclerc maintains 4th place. Is he going to grab 3rd place from me? Here he goes, round the second to last corner. We managed to hold him off once again. Not doing too badly, but I mean, we're still in 3rd place, but 12 seconds, 13 seconds even behind the two Mercedes. We run right at turn 1. Seems like the two Mercedes are battling for the lead. Hamilton's just taken it. Bottas has the fastest lap. Now we're going to have a look at what's happening up there. So there they go, side by side into turn 3. Hamilton tries, Bottas is outside, but Hamilton gets the traction, and does he get to DRS? No. Yeah, Bottas gets to DRS. Bottas tries round the outside at turn 4, but Hamilton holds him off. So Hamilton in the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Now Norris has actually got past Charles Leclerc. He's up into 4th. So at the moment McLaren aren't doing too badly. 3rd and 4th. Solid amount of points. If we can maintain this to the end of the race, we should be good, but well, it's the question of if we can maintain it. Now Hamilton in the lead gets the preferred strategy of pitting early, and there he goes. He's 4th now, behind myself and Norris. Bottas stays out, and yeah, he's got the fastest lap as well, so yeah, Bottas has got some pace, obviously, Mercedes, but now we lead this Grand Prix. Norris has pitted, being on the softs, but here goes Hamilton with DRS round the outside at turn 3. We're going to hold him off, and we get the DRS now, which is nice. So we should have the speed advantage. Once again, our Mercedes has got pretty good straight line speed, but he also brakes later into turn 4, but we do manage to squeeze it out a little bit and maintain the lead. Obviously, now Hamilton's on fresh mediums, I'm on old ones, so it's going to be a tough time trying to keep him behind, but we can always find out if we can. I block him a little bit as I get distracted by trying to ask Jeff about how much faster Hamilton is, but yeah, running wide twice, but not taking a penalty for it at all. But here goes Hamilton round down the inside, pushes us off, but we managed to regain the lead. Now I think Bottas is starting to catch up as well, but anyway, Hamilton trying round the outside at turn 3, he manages to get the move done, and Bottas might do as well, as we get a terrible exit, and yes, Bottas takes second place. But it looks like Bottas is running out of ERS with the flashing lights, and we go round the outside at turn 4, but outside at turn 4 never works, as we saw this year, last year I should say. But anyway, now lap 19, we're going to box. I'm going to try and take the soft tyres to the end of the race from here. It's going to be tough, but I don't think it's impossible. I'm trying, I'm just going for it. Leclerc on hards.
Release.
But anyway, as I said at the beginning, we're going to see if we can take the soft tyres to the end. We're going to have a massive pace advantage, so I am going to be quiet and let you guys enjoy. We've come out in 7th behind Verstappen, but as I said, I'm going to be quiet and let you guys enjoy.
race until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Behind us now, but the virtual safety car is about to end, and the actual
Green flag. Push now. We're boxing this lap. Hamilton's just made a move for first. Some information on Albon. They have some kind of mechanical problem. Easy. Do want to see you take each other out?
once again more action just then between myself Norris, but now we're falling back entirely. Not that harsh around it, but time management has been absolutely terrible. We've been overtaken by Max Verstappen along. Obviously, as the soft die, it starts to die off and it's strong. But this time, so much Verstappen going out of DRS, but we're going to try and dive down the inside and turn 4, but just doing a track try and not push it off. And that was certainly not I just didn't have a great route not to run on the ball. That's it with I was just waiting for the front to grip up, so I couldn't really do much to avoid pushing it off. But now we're down to 6. Behind us is now Daniel and Harder. Come back, I would say, up to 7th. But now we come to the part where our times got a real puncture. You may not be able to see it. I can actually show my damage screen. But now we can go to my Daniel and Harder. And I should have managed my tyres that bit, but really strategy was absolutely fine. I just had to look off the side and I did, but 7th place.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That's the result. Still tense, but not as many as we hoped. Hoping for a podium, hoping for a high finish.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Well, there you go. Once again, Mercedes dominates 1-2 results. Yeah, that would have been nice if we could get something upgraded, but it was not to be. It was definitely my fault. First of all, I should have boxed. Even a lap later would have worked. But mostly I should have looked after my
It's
tyres.
time to see how this
Better
result
was-
affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Constructors, but yeah, we definitely need to start scoring higher, be more consistent. I probably need to upgrade tyre wear as well. So we don't have the best tyre wear at the moment. That's the only weakness of this car. That too with durability. But anyway, there you go. That's what happens there. Hope you enjoyed this race. Now, hopefully in the future races we'll be able to perform a bit better than this. 7th place is, well, if this was my first race in Formula One, I'd be pleased with that, but it isn't. This is already round 9, I believe. So, ending up in 7th place. We've still got 6 points, but we're hoping for much more than that. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even manage to get the fastest lap. I mean, our pace was not the best, but at the same time, our consistency wasn't the best, so yeah, that's all I can say. Luckily we didn't lose any ground in terms of rivalry, because I did get a faster lap than my rivals, so I'm still leading in both rivalries in terms of like Lando and Max, but because of that poor result, we're not going to get that many resource points. We only got, I think, 276 points from this race. Reputation is going down for McLaren, so not much I can say, to be honest. That's it. That's all I can say.
That's very disappointing. I know you can do better than that. Take stock of what went wrong so you can get a better result next time.
Yep, I certainly agree with that. I mean,
Looks like both your rivals are going to the same upcoming historical event. If you took both of them on, it could be a great chance to earn yourself some coverage, get the fans interested.
right, this invitational event, both of my rivals are going there. I think we should definitely do that. I mean, we lost a lot of ground in terms of reputation from this race, so next video I will do that invitational event, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Enjoyed watching me get a puncture, but anyway, we've got 1,200 resource points altogether. We're going to do some upgrades. As you saw, durability was not great, so we're going to upgrade ICE durability. We've got enough upgrade. We have enough resource points to spend on one more minor upgrade. I feel like I'm going to do fuel consumption. It's not terrible in this car, but it certainly could be better. I'm having to run lean revs and standard quite a lot, but in that way, if I can get better fuel efficiency, I can run less fuel in the car for the beginning of the race, so then I'll have a lighter car and therefore better handling. But that was the race. That was this episode. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice this when I was doing this, but that was 3 wide at turn 1 between myself and Norris. But as I said, hope you enjoyed. I just ran into a breaking point. I forgot to include that in this video, but there it is. You can see it now. And as I was saying, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload that I make. I might be doing a stream tomorrow, depending on how busy, not busy we are. So, until then, I'll see you next time. Make sure to check out the rest of my content, and I hope to see you in another video next time very soon. Goodbye.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
What a joke! What a joke!